Welcome to This Place. Each week we talk with Oregonians about the places they call home. This week we hear from Brian Gruber from the Rogue Valley.
The Rogue Valley's in southern Oregon. Of course, it's centered around the Rogue River, surrounded by mountains. It's actually where three different mountain ranges all come together, with the Siskiyous, the Klamaths, and the Cascades all collide. So there's a whole lot of different mountain ranges that come through there. There's a lot of beautiful rivers. The Applegate, the Illinois, the Rogue River all flow through there. So it's a gorgeous landscape of mountains and rivers and valleys, and a really beautiful country for wine growing. I work in the wine industry, so something that makes me really proud is just the amazing people and the products that we create and the wines that we're bringing out into the world and sharing with people. They're unique, they're varied, and they're really beautiful. The Rogue Valley has natural beauty, which I absolutely love. But in 2020, the Rogue Valley had some really terrible fires, in particular a fire called the Almeda Fire, which started on the edge of Ashland and burned right through the Bear Creek Greenway, which is one of the smaller tributaries of the Rogue River in the valley. It burned right up through the Greenway, it burned through Talent, it burned through Phoenix, and it got to the edge of Medford before they finally had stopped it. Unfortunately, the fires there had a huge impact on people because they didn't just burn through forest or wilderness, they actually burned through towns, burned down houses and businesses from parts of Ashland and a lot of Talent and a lot of Phoenix as well. The things you saw from what happened in the fire was the people. The people are great and they came together. I think you see this in most communities around, but any people that go through a terrible disaster like that, communities come together, but they certainly saw it in the Rogue Valley for sure. At the time, I was running a custom crush winery called Barrel 42. So we made wine for a whole lot of different brands. And some of those brands were people who actually made their wine at our facility, but also worked with us. And one of those was a friend named Brian as well. And he had worked with us for a number of years. He had finally gotten his own winery for the first time of a building. It was exciting. It was sort of a dream come true. And he'd been in his winery that morning and saw the fires happen. So they lost everything. And as we all talked about it, like we all wanted to help. So I started talking to people and say, hey, let's put together something. He lost his whole harvest. He lost his barrels. He lost his racks. He lost his grapes. He lost his wine. What can we do to help? So what we did was we ultimately put together, I think a dozen of us donated grapes. I donated some of my personal grapes, along with getting a lot of my friends to donate grapes, a full harvest worth, as many as he was going to buy, donated from all over the place, including grapes from as far away as Walla Walla, from some of our distributors that help us with things. Donated barrels, got the glass company to donate glass. So we effectively got him an entire harvest of everything he needed all the way through bottling. And he was able to use that to sort of help get things back on track as they rebuilt the winery. It's that thing where you often take a lot of the things around you for granted, whether it's the beauty or the people or the things about it. But it just reminds you, it's interesting because I was driving through the valley last weekend and noticing that the Greenway finally is healing. So there's a lot of burned trees, skeletons of trees all down the Greenway. And as you're driving on the freeway from Ashland to Medford, you drive through this a lot. Finally seeing it come back. It's like the Greenway is green again. Most of the burned trees are falling. The scars are healing. But it just reminds you of how people come together at times to do things to help each other. When times get tough, you know you have support. And you know there's an industry there that if it had happened to me, I'm sure someone would have done the same thing. And it makes you feel, I guess it makes you feel good to be part of that community.
That was Brian Gruber from the Rogue Valley. This Place is produced by Oregon Humanities in partnership with the Plan for a Resilient Oregon. This episode was edited by John Richardson and recorded by me, Margot Big. To hear more stories from This Place, visit OregonHumanities.org or find the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you find podcasts. Thanks for listening.